Hi Pisces, welcome to your daily reading. I hope you're doing well. We're going to have a look and see what's going on for Pisces at this time. What is being highlighted that you need to know? Keep an open mind, take what resonates, disregard the rest. Don't force anything to fit. And always feel free to check out any other video on the channel because they're all done in divine timing, meant for you to find them when you need them. And an interesting point on that, actually, someone said that they'd watched a few readings and it was almost like we had an almost identical reading a few weeks apart, if I remember correctly. And they were going, how can that happen? That's literally what it is. It's divine timing. That's just what it is. I take that as confirmation because, you know, we see how I'm shuffling and I pick the cards at random. I don't just pick one after the other in the deck. And so when we get the same messages, to me as a reader, it's confirmation that we're on track. We're on track. But yeah, that was really interesting. An interesting observation. And I do that, like when I go and randomly see on other people's, other readers' channels, I'll go and pick a video that I feel I should, just at random, and it could be like from 3 years ago, and it perfectly describes the situation I'm dealing with currently. And I just go, cool, that's cool how that works. But yeah, that's what it is. I just thought it'd be interesting to mention. Let me know if you do that, if you've noticed that happening. Like, do you go and randomly watch other people's videos, even though they're for a completely different time period or they're from years ago, and yet they perfectly describe what you're dealing with and they give you the advice you've been looking for? I love it when that happens. All right, that said, sorry I missed you yesterday, Pisces, but I'm still not right, so we're doing the best we can. But I know you guys are all very supportive and very encouraging of me just taking time and resting, and I really appreciate you all for that. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. All right, all that being said, what's going on for Pisces? Here we go. So this is going to be the situation that is being highlighted, and these are the developments we can expect to see happen. Bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Cups. Being slightly bored or discontent with the situation or with an offer. This can also be like my on again, off again situation. Doesn't have to be just a romantic relationship. It's when you get your hopes up, you think this time it'll be different or this thing will be different, and it ends up being the same thing, and you're just, why do I bother, you know? So let's see. Current situation, we have the Death card. So there's been an ending that was meant to happen, with the Death card being a major arcana. And this is, I feel like with the Four of Cups, it's just the aftermath of that. You know, when you just go through a big ending, even if it's a happy one or a voluntary one, you still have a period of time where you're just kind of numb. It hasn't hit you yet, you know, and I feel like that's where you are for some of you. In the challenge position, yeah, Two of Wands. Brand new world, a new path. It's time to get going, okay? Wands are action cards. It's time to pick a path and start walking, okay? So I don't know if this has been going on for a while, and it's okay to mourn endings of whatever kind and feel the feels, but it's meant to be a transition phase, okay? With the Death card, we're not meant to stay there for too long because it gets complicated, it gets messy, and the more we dig ourselves into that sad hole, the more difficult it is for us to get back out, right? So this is just like a heads up of, hey Pisces, we see what you've gone through, trust that it's for your highest good, but it's now time to look towards the new. You've just been looking to the past, or what's been released. Even if you're the one that happily released it, it's still a big change in your life. You know, I'm not going to do the same things I've always done. I'm not going to have the same routines. I need to figure out what new routines I can create. But up until this point, you've been in the phase of, I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to be able to do this ever again, right? And the sadness that comes with that. So now it's time to ask the next question. What new routines can I create for myself? Okay, that's the Two of Wands energy. In the foundation, we have the Four of Wands. So it could have been a contract that ended, a marriage, a long-term relationship, a job that you felt, it was stable enough. With the Four of Pentacles, with 2 fours though, and the Death card, the reason why it ended could be that it had gone as far as it could. So it's almost like it reached a point of stability in that it was predictable, comfortable, okay, with the number 4, but it wouldn't grow. It had plateaued, for example, right? Or it's mutually beneficial, but not necessarily thriving and exciting and continuing to develop. It's like, I got your back, you got mine, it's fine, we just keep going, right? There's some aspect of plateau which could have contributed to this ending, okay? In the recent past, the Six of Swords, yeah, either you walked away from this or you let someone go, okay? A person, a situation, a job, a place, could be literally relocation with the Six of Swords for some of you in the recent past. Or you've just let go of what was coming to an end, a routine, a mindset, a pattern, a habit, okay? Take the messages as they make sense to you. What's on the mind? We have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, so currently we're in a place of looking at what is done, looking at what is already over. And it's what is keeping us kind of pinned down and stuck. And the longer we stay there, the more we start to question ourselves and to question our decision, because we're like, well, nothing new is coming in. But how can something new come in if you're only focused on the past? You've got plenty of new things around you, but you don't see them, right? So that's a little bit of a paradox that we kind of trick ourselves into thinking as humans, right? Something big ends and we just expect for other new stuff to pop up, but we're only looking at the past, right? And it's like, I'll look at something new when it comes up. Until then, I'm just going to go back on and reminisce, right, on what has changed, what's gone, what's done, etc. Well, if our focus is on the past, we're not going to see anything new. It's around us, but we're not going to see it because we're not paying attention to it. We're not looking for it. We're looking at the past. And then we tell ourselves, I knew nothing better was going to come along, and we go back into a tricky situation potentially that we already left, because we're tricking ourselves into thinking, well, there's nothing else out there. See, I told you there was nothing else out there. But we didn't. Did we really give it a chance? Do you know what I mean? So I hope that makes sense, because I've done it. I know I have. All right, so what can we expect to see today? I never know where to put my mic, people. I don't know. I hope you don't hear me drinking my coffee. If you do, I apologize. Near future. So what's happening today? Well, we have the Five of Cups. More mourning of the past. But see, in the Five of Cups, you have the Two of Cups right behind you there. But you're not going to see the Two of Cups because you're only looking at the 3 spilt ones. Okay? Exactly what I just said. 3 of Swords, heartbreak, heartache over what is done, what is lost, and not really seeing the possibilities of something new. Queen of Cups could be your energy, could be another water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is the something new. Someone's trying to offer you that Ace of Cups, that big old Ace of Cups that she's holding, like it's a fish bowl, it's not even a cup. Someone's trying to offer you a new beginning, but you have to see it in order to consider it and then decide if you want to accept it or not. So this is a heads up, Pisces, that there's something really beautiful that's being presented to you, that's being offered to you. It might come up in a subtle way. This isn't someone that's going to write it in the sky, do a little dance. This is someone who will casually mention it to see what you say. This is someone who will casually kind of broach the subject just to see if you're interested in even talking about it. So this isn't something that they'll just come out with it, right? Because they see you're going through something, Pisces, and so they don't want to push you in any way. They don't want to pressure you in any way. They're very, very careful. They're very considerate, which is why they're going to be very subtle. And if we're in this mindset, 5 of Cups, 3 of Swords, we're going to miss it. And it'll turn into the Four of Cups, which is also called the missed opportunity card, okay? Because it's the same thing, because we're focusing on these 3 cups. There are these 3 cups that are spilled. They're done. They're done, okay, with the Death card. We can't refill them. Those are done. But because that's where our focus is, we don't see literally that big, beautiful Ace of Cups right behind us, okay? And that's just a summary of what I've just been babbling about. All right, Pisces, let's get more cards out here. Now remember, this is a heads up. You can change this energy. You can change your focus. You can change your perspective. And when this Ace of Cups is presented to you, you see it right away, and you decide right away what you want to do with it, if you want to take it or not. But you need to see it first, right? That's the thing. So let's see. Let's clarify for Pisces. Death card in the current situation. We have the Empress. Taurus, Libra energies might be involved. Motherhood, motherly energy could be involved. This is a situation that you are nurturing. This could be the mother or father of a child in your life. I'm hoping if I cover my mic, you won't hear me drink my coffee. I don't know. I'm trying, people. That is what has come to an end. Okay. The Two of Wands in the challenge position, the Nine of Swords. Yeah, you're in your head about what happened, what ended. What I want to make clear, Pisces, with the Death card there, it's done. Like, seriously. There's no bringing it back, or nothing good will come from trying to bring it back. It's meant to be done. It's meant to stay done. But it's not punishment. It's not a bad thing. But while we're trying to still hold on to it, we don't see it as a good thing that came to completion. You know, we see it as, why is this happening? The Four of Wands in the foundation, Judgment. It could have been an on-again, off-again situation. It could have been something you kept trying to get off the ground and it never did. False starts after false start. It could be empty promises that never got fulfilled, okay? And you kept giving this thing chance after chance after chance, okay? And so what has happened recently, the thing is, Pisces, I feel like this was your decision. You apply the rules as need be, but for the most part, I feel like this was your decision, which is why you're feeling the way you're feeling, right? And why you might be questioning your decision now. And you're in your head about it, you know? But yeah, this was a final decision of, I can't keep doing this. There might have been ultimatums given and nothing really changed. So this is something that left you no choice but to walk away. Six of Swords in the recent past, yeah, justice. Breakup, divorce, handing in your notice, making whatever decision you made here with the judgment call, whatever judgment call you made, making it official with the justice card, putting it in writing, okay? Posting it somewhere, announcing it somewhere, okay? That is what has happened recently. Again, very final energies. Judgment, death, justice, very final energies. I want to get more on the Empress here. Give me one more on the Empress. I want to understand better. 5. Yeah, okay. So I see what happened. 5 of Wands. So someone constantly made you feel like you had to compete for their attention. And you're like, I'm the Empress. What do you mean? You don't see that I'm the Empress. Male or female, doesn't matter. But this is someone who always kept their options open. The grass was always greener on the other side. You had to convince them that you're valuable. You had to convince them that you're an asset. You had to convince them that you're trying to be the best thing that ever happened to them, you know? And this is someone who always had their eye on other people. What do other people have? What are other people doing? What other options do I have? They constantly made you feel like you had to compete, fight to be heard, to be seen, let alone respected. This is someone who did not see you for who you are, Pisces. They did not see your worth in whatever arena of life this is happening or has happened for you. This is someone who did not see your worth. They had an Empress, male or female, doesn't matter, and they treated the Empress like an option, nothing special. Meanwhile, you were nurturing the heck out of the situation. You were giving it your all, your best. And that has been the cycle that you've been in, and that has been the cycle that you've ended. I got chills. Eight of Swords on the mind. We have the High Priestess. So the longer you spend time in solitude, because you've withdrawn, this is, going over everything that happened to see what we can learn from the situation with the High Priestess. But the risk with that is things start to get confusing. When we look at the same piece of information a million different times, it starts to get confusing. We forget which is the original version. And that's where we start to question ourselves, and we start to doubt ourselves, doubt our decisions, and we feel like, oh my God, let me just go back and double check. And we end up back in a bad situation, or we end up in a situation that it took a lot out of us to end, quite frankly, right? That's kind of how that goes. So the advice here is it's a different type of focus on a situation, okay? When you look at some data, when you look at information, our perspective makes all the difference. In other words, it could be that we're just looking at data and we can be overwhelmed by the information that is in there, or we could be looking at data with a purpose. I want to find the answer to this question, okay? And we go through it very differently depending on which purpose we have for looking at in the first place, don't we? We could just read a book, read a manual just to kill time. Not a lot is going to stick, probably. It'll feel like a waste of time by the end of it. You'll be going back and forth. You won't be able to focus. And you'll feel like that was a waste of time. Or we pick up a manual and we go to the index and we're like, this is what I need to know. And you go specifically to that page, that chapter. You get your answers, you get your information. Happy days. That is mission accomplished. Very different approaches with very different endings, right? Very different outcomes. So the way they're putting it is, be mindful of your focus, because if you're just going over the same thing over and over again, you're going to end up in the Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords situation. You're going to start worrying you did the wrong thing. And Pisces, I'm here to tell you that was not the wrong thing. You did the right thing, absolutely. But you know what I mean? The more we think about it, the more confusing it gets, and the more we start to doubt ourselves and question ourselves. The way they're asking you to look at things, you do what you will, but the advice with the High Priestess is to look at the whole thing from the perspective of, what have I learned by going through this? What have I learned about myself? It's not even about the other person at this point, because it was never about the other person. What have I learned about myself? Well, I learned that I'm the Empress, and I don't know if I can say it, but from X-Men, the Juggernaut, oh my God, I'm dating myself, but here you go. The Juggernaut, when Kitty Pryde puts him in the floor, is in the movie anyway, and he just gets angry and he goes, I'm the Juggernaut, itch, That's what you've learned, Pisces. You're the Empress, okay? You're the Empress. You're not someone's option. In whatever arena of life this has been going on, you are not someone's option. You do not have to prove yourself endlessly, especially since you had some time with this person. You had some years there. And so if after all these years of me showing you every day my best, giving you my best every day, no questions asked, you don't know who I am, then you never did. You don't care to know, and it's your loss. I'm wasting time here. Okay? So that was part of the lesson. But by shifting the focus, I don't know why I feel like I'm lecturing today. I'm sorry. I'm just delivering messages here. Sometimes I forget to adjust my tone so it doesn't sound like I'm preaching, or it doesn't sound like, because I'm like, we're all here doing the best we can. We're going through it the best we can. So I don't want to ever sound like I'm telling you, because I know when I've done it, I'm doing it. You know what I mean? But yeah, so the way they're saying it is adjusting your focus, looking at things from the perspective of, what has this taught me about myself? What am I doing differently now because I've been through this? How do I feel about myself now because I've been through this? Okay? Bringing it back to you with a purpose, right? Of learning lesson, what the lesson was, and kind of summing things up, all the lessons that I've learned as I've gone through this cycle. that is really going to allow you to properly release, properly heal, and make you actually very excited for new things. Okay? So if you're struggling to be excited, Two of Wands, Nine of Swords, about new things in the new phase in your life, try that approach. Okay? So let's see. Five of Cups, Three of Swords, Queen of Cups. Eight of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Good, Pisces. Good. Getting out of your head. Getting out of this emotional place over dead things. Okay? I don't know how else to put it. Focusing on practical matters. Okay? This is practicing. This is learning a new skill, learning a new hobby, picking something new up to do with your hands, okay? Or it's something in the 3D. You sing it, you touch it, you write it, you whatever, okay? This is what gives you your excitement back, your enthusiasm, courage, confidence. This is what brings change into your life, brings new things, new people, with the Knight of Wands, new offers, new opportunities into your life. For some of you, this is where you start the new job, because the transition happened because you started looking for other jobs because they weren't treating you right where you were. You found another job. You've been going through the releasing process, and this is where you're starting the new job. Okay, with 8 there, it could be 8 days or 8 weeks for some of you, or towards the end of Leo season. Okay, that you're starting the new job, or you're finally relocating, or whatever this new thing is starting in your life. Okay, and what else for Pisces? What more can you tell them about this new thing? Eight of Wands, Six of Wands, Two Swords. Finding your peace. Things will pick up speed. Look at all these wands now. You see the difference in tone? Things will pick up speed. There's growth on every single one of those wands. This is recognition, celebration, someone recognizing you, someone seeing your worth, someone treating you exactly the way you deserve. They're putting you on a pedestal, not in an unhealthy way, in a warranted way, you know? If you win a competition, you deserve to be at the top of that podium. It's not like someone putting you there because they want you to be there. It's like, no, I did it. I did the thing, you know? And the Two of Swords is finding your peace, okay, between the mind and the heart. Is how I'm reading it now, okay, and how it's coming across in this spread. All right, camera. Where we just breathe. We just breathe and we're in the moment. Could also be a situation of with the crow there. If anything, and it's not the same person or the same situation necessarily that you left behind. It could be for some, if they're trying to reach out, you're not engaging, or you don't open your heart to them. You can talk to them, but you don't open your heart to them. Or if it's a type of situation or a type of person that would fit in your old cycle here that you left behind. This is saying you see it from a mile off, you're not engaging, okay? Making different choices, different decisions for yourself. And where's this going to go for Pisces, the new thing? We have the Nine of Wands, Temperance, and the Sun. I mean, what more do you want, Pisces? Look at all these major arcanas. This is where you put your foot down, you establish your boundaries, you protect your new, Wands energy again. You protect your new. Temperance is all about blending, coming together, the flow, being in the flow, working with divine timing, not against it. Could also be a new partnership, a new collaboration, coming together with something new or someone new. And the Sun is victory, happiness, success, fulfillment on all levels. It's a whole new you. It's a whole new life. Okay? And for some of you, I'm seeing a specific scenario where you were in a relationship that was not going to make you a mother, okay, or a father, depending on you know your situation. And that was the clinch, okay. It always boiled down to that. And so what's happening now is as you're releasing that relationship, you're moving towards a new relationship, whether you already know someone new or not. Because I feel like, again, it's the key is if you see the new opportunities or not. It depends on where you are in this process, and you take your time with it. But when you do see someone new is coming in when you're open, and it will lead to pregnancy, giving birth. I hear multiple times. But that's a very specific scenario, okay? But for others of you, this is absolute. 6 of Wands with the Sun is fame, okay? That's number one, is fame. You'll be in the paper. You'll be on social media everywhere. Your face will be everywhere. Your product, your idea, your story, whatever it is you're creating, whatever it is you're putting out there, you will be well known and well paid for it. Okay, like interviews, okay, like big deal. 6 of Wands with the Sun is fame. Whether it's local or international, it's different levels on the same scale. The bottom line is it's fame. So for those of you where you were in a situation with an agent, for example, and they were constantly sending you to 2-bit auditions, and you're like, no, you got to send me, you got to get me bigger roles, or you got to get me bigger opportunities, I can do it. And they were constantly sending you, 2-bit roles, dime a dozen. And you're like, dude, stop sending me to these things. I don't want to go. Like, get me something real, get me something challenging, because I'm up for it. And they wouldn't do it, so you had to leave them behind. This is where you come together with a new person, a new agency, a new representative, whatever the case may be. And they're putting you on the map, Pisces. They're giving you your opportunity to shine, and you shine, let me tell you, okay? So, bunch of different types of scenarios, but you see the energy is the same. So you can kind of, hopefully you see the energy thread, and you can apply it to your own situation. Hopefully with the examples that I'm giving you, you can kind of see how to apply it, okay, if that makes sense. But let's bring it back down to what we need to do for now. And what we need to do for now is switch our focus in how we look at an ending, okay? And to look at it from what have been my lessons here? How am I different? How have I grown because of this? What do I want now versus what I wanted years ago? Shifting focus to that makes everything make sense. You can, because you rise above it and you see it from that higher perspective with judgment, right? You can also see that it was meant to happen. You can also see that it was the best thing that could have happened, okay? You can also see that you're in line with your path. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And that also then opens you up and gets you actually excited for new stuff, for the new phase, the new cycle, the new opportunities. And it's a proper way to close something out. Grateful for the experience, grateful for the lessons, and now excited for what's to come. Because you see it as the blessing that it is then, from that higher perspective. I hope that makes sense. It's a very deep reading today. So let's see, from the oracles, what else does Pisces need to know? We have alliance. You definitely have a trustworthy, honest, compatible temperance, yeah? Alliance coming in, whether that is romantic or professional. What else does Pisces need to know about this? Three cards. Bottom of the deck, we have marriage, sweet love, couple, dependency. But dependency in the sense of reliability. Okay, you can depend on this person. Marriage and alliance. For some of you, it will be in multiple areas of life that you will be forming new alliances. Okay, with the major arcanas in this spread. What else we have? We have luck, jackpot, fortune, reward. Okay. We have calm, inner peace, simplicity, meditation to a source energy, and loss, bereavement, sorrow, and damage. Finding your calm, seeing an ending. So by finding your calm, that place of peace, through meditation, through practicing gratitude, High Priestess, okay? By practicing this, okay, you see a loss as actually the blessing that it is. You see an ending as actually the blessing that it is. Okay, and that's just confirmation. All right, Pisces, so that is what I have for us today. Beautiful reading, deep too. So let me know how you resonate with the reading if you do. I really hope it helps you. I feel like I talked a lot in this video. I don't even know what I said, but I hope it's helpful, okay? I hope it's helpful. I know sometimes I talk fast. It's just, there's a lot of messages coming in, and they just need to come out. So usually what ends up happening is I talk fast, and but there's a speed function on YouTube videos if you need to use that, because these are important messages, okay? So I'm gonna leave it there. Really hope this helps. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for your support. Welcome to all new subscribers. I see the comments. And welcome back to everyone who's been with me for a while. I appreciate you all. Let's have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.